hearts are pounding in Denver.
This is Something Something Broncos.
This one's for Pat. It is caught. Touchdown, Moses.
Elam's kick.
It is good! Down the sideline!
53 yards!
Stokely! Wow!
Davis into the end zone, rocking, standing up.
Touchdown!
Denver's going to win it.
Bailey taken off.
Oh, baby, they're going to win this thing.
Unbelievable!
Featuring
And here he is,
Mike DeSico and Jess Place.
having the time of his life.
Welcome to Something Something Broncos.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Something Something Broncos. I am Jess Place, joined as always by my partner in crime. It's Mike DeSico. Mike, how you doing?
It's Broncos season, baby. I'm doing all right. It's good to have the preferred laundry on a field playing football, even if it's not been great football because it's preseason. But I'm happy. We're back. We're so close, Jess, to real football.
It's hard, Mike. It's hard. Like that second preseason game, the second half of it, who are these guys? Like, do we really need to do this? Can't we just call it? Like, do I really need to sit there and listen to Steve Levy pretend like he knows anything about the Denver Broncos? Because we all know he doesn't.
Well, he knows more than Ryan Harris, I feel. And his future Hall of Famer Will Lutz comments and some of the other stuff he was saying, by God. I mean, we've all listened to bad local announcers from like the road team here or there. So this is par for the course. But that was brutal. That was terrible. Steve Levy's a professional. He's good. Ryan Harris. Yeah. But
it was hard.
Yeah, I'd explain to my wife, like, so why are they playing this game? So she was asking, like, are these your favorite players? I'm like, no, none of these players will make the team. And so she's like, well, why are any of them playing then? Why are you watching? Like, why do they play this game if they're not going to make the team? I'm like, well, they're trying to get a spot on and maybe another's team roster because the Broncos roster is pretty deep. So maybe if they don't secure a bad team like the Chiefs would want to sign them. So she wasn't buying it, and she was right to be skeptical. These games are painful. We have one more left on Friday against the Vikings. Chance to see, is legendary too strong of a word for J.J. McCarthy? No, it's not. The legendary J.J. McCarthy, it's going to be a treat for Broncos fans, for the kids out there. But we just got to get through one more, guys. That's it. One more. Get through it. We're done.
Word on the street is J.J. McCarthy might be in trouble. He might not make the squad, which would be kind of embarrassing if you're J.J. McCarthy.
And it's also kind of one of those things. Thank you, Sean Payton, for baiting the Vikings into drafting J.J. McCarthy and leaving us with one Bo Nix.
Nix.
That's right.
Nix. I love it. I mean,
Nix.
it's like, everybody says it, but this is one of those rare times where, our boy was playing, four-dimensional chess and they were, playing checkers against a half-dead parrot. So we got what we wanted. They're trying to convince themselves that 5'3" Kyler Murray is the answer. So we're not the Vikings, and that's pretty awesome.
They must open the door to that quarterback's room like I do when I open the fridge and there's nothing in it. I open it like hopeful, like, oh, maybe something's there. No, it's still the same stuff. And then I close it. And then 5 minutes later, open it. Oh my God. Oh. And then the disappointment rains down upon me again. Yes.
Yeah. Like maybe if I move the milk, that's where the goodies will be. But no, there's nothing.
So
there.
Let me ask you, Mike.
Ask me. Please.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix.
Are tremendous fangirls of Bo Nix, and
I would marry him.
Most of Broncos Country is also really excited about Bo Nix. Is it possible? And I'm just going to float this out here, and I don't want you to slap me through the microphone, but is it possible that we might be overestimating Bo Nix?
Yes, because we're Broncos fans. We do that. Vikings fans right now are talking themselves into Kyler Murray. We talked ourselves into Teddy Bridgewater.
And Case Keenum.
And Case Keenum and all of these people. I never talked myself into Trevor Siemian, though. I couldn't do it. I had too much pride. But like the national media, they constantly, they only do their quarterback tiers, and they have him ranked as like a 4th-tier quarterback, 17th overall in the league. And I think that is crap. But I don't engage because that's what they want. They want the clickbait and the engagement. But I think a lot of Broncos fans have him ranked as like a top 5, top 7 quarterback. And I think we overrate him. I think he's probably in the 10 to 12 range. And that's really good. I don't think he's on the elite level with your Lamar Jacksons and your Josh Allens, except for when Josh Allen plays the Broncos in the playoffs when he's pretty mediocre. But I think we tend to overrate him because we tend to overrate our own. I think Bo Nix is very, very good. Is he in that great level yet? I don't think so. Do you?
I think we'll know at the end of the season. I mean, we saw what happened without Bo Nix in the AFC Championship game, and it was not good. It was
not good.
Like Stiddy will pull us through, and I was super optimistic,
Same.
and I thought it was going to be fine. I had Super Bowl dreams, and they were dashed because Bo Nix and his ankle were not in the game. And that is pretty telling. So is he a top 10? I would say I put him at like 8, 9, 10.
Okay.
If given a scratch piece of paper and some time, I could probably come up with like a ranking and do that. But that's not what we do on something.
We don't spend time on this. No,
that's called show prep, and we don't do that. Like
that's what the good podcasts do. And I'm not dissing on Bo. I think he's very, very good. I don't think when you're talking about the elite status, are they going to be the MVP of the league? Your Josh Allen's, your Lamar Jackson's, Patrick Mahomes, even maybe Justin Herbert. Are those kind of those quarterbacks that you expect might be in that conversation? I think Bo Nix is more one of those quarterbacks whose team is going to be, I don't know, let's say 14-3 and the number 1 seed in the AFC, more so than he's going to put up Justin Herbert numbers and be the number 6 seed in the AFC. And I'd rather have the Bo Nix than Justin Herbert. He's going to win games. He's not going to make mistakes. He's going to do some things that dazzle you. And I'm okay with him being just Bo Nix.
Well, so okay, let's use Justin Herbert as the example.
You said Justin Herbert, and I forgot to make a fart noise. So try it again.
Oh, yes. So you're distracting me, Michael. I'm very easily distracted.
Every time you refer to Justin Herbert, I have to make a fart noise.
Yeah. No. So with Justin Herbert, you kind of know what you got, right? The star is not on the rise. It is what you see is kind of what you get. Like, do you think you're going to get more out of Justin Herbert than we have seen over these last however many years it's been? I don't think so. I think we know he is a known commodity. With Bo Nix, the star is still on the rise. Like, he has improved year after year after year. And like I said, like we'll know how much more potential there is, if there is any, for improvement. And he has every opportunity to become that elite level quarterback, and we'll know. And so when you bring up, it's kind of an interesting comparison because we kind of know what the Chargers have in him.
I like that analysis, and I think it's really good. My counter would be, I think a lot of the national people say the Bo Nix is a known quantity. And I think there's a couple of qualifiers on that, because the national narrative before the draft was he's not that good. The Broncos will be looking for a new quarterback in 2 years. Sean Payton bet his job on Bo Nix, and that's hilarious. It's going to fail. And there's a lot of people who would have to say, wait, maybe I was wrong. Maybe my analysis was wrong. And people don't like to do that. So I think there's a lot of people digging their heels in on their knee-jerk reaction. But I think a lot of people would say, no, we know exactly who Bo Nix is. He's a game manager. Maybe he's a really good game manager, but he's not going to throw the ball downfield. He's first read's not there. He's going to take off running. whether those are fair or not, I think the national people who are ranking Bo in the bottom half, bottom third of the NFL think that this is it. He's achieved his ceiling. And whether that's right or wrong, I tend to think he hasn't reached his ceiling. His ceiling may not be as high as the orange colored glasses of Broncos Country think it is, but I think he does have some of that potential and room for improvement. But the national narrative is, no, we know exactly who he is. This is it. This is as good as it's going to get. Stop trying to convince us that he's something that he's not.
Really unsmart.
Unsmart.
That's right, Chris Collingsworth.
You don't know.
He doesn't know. Well, so let's take a moment and just reflect on kind of the highlight from the last preseason game. It was that Nix-Waddle connection.
I'm sorry.
We've all been,
Jalen Waddle?
Jalen, our first round pick.
It felt good,
Welcome to Waddle.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Let's go. It was awesome. It was a great connection. Waddle moved around the field like it was Tecmo Bowl, and that's like what we've been waiting for. That's like that's what we were expecting. That's what I expect going into the season. That is not what I expect when the Broncos play on Friday, because nobody that we know is going to be playing. But
Have we heard that for sure? Is like Bo Nix not playing?
I'm pretty sure not. I don't.
But we
think
haven't.
so.
We're still waiting the official announcement.
The official, and yeah, but it's the third preseason game. This is the game where everybody who plays is cut by the time the game re-airs on NFL Network. Like it is an annual tradition.
Well, according to Nick Wright, Bo Nix is on that bubble, so we gotta, maybe Bo is playing for his job here. But can I kind of keep it in the quarterback room, but kind of build off of that? So what you're saying is we're going to see Jarrett Stidham and Sam Ehlinger on Friday night. On a scale from underwhelmed to very underwhelmed, how have you felt about their performances this preseason?
Profoundly underwhelmed, but they have met expectations because that's kind of what you expect from your second and third ring, third ring. I don't know what's happening, Mike. There must be a.
You're still on Bo Nix,
gas-
and Bo Nix will be getting his second or third ring here pretty soon.
There we go. I think there's a gas leak in my basement. I have no idea, but
Yeah, gas leak never hurt anybody. So let me ask you this: like a year ago at this time, we were like, do we consider trading Stidham to a team that needs a starting quarterback? And now, 1 year later, we're like, should the Broncos consider finding a different backup quarterback? Do you think Ehlinger and Stidham are playing for their jobs on Friday? Or do you think, especially Stidham, no, he's Peyton's guy. We're not going to bring in a waiver wire backup quarterback. We're not trading a 7th round draft pick for whomever the Niners backup quarterback is or whatever. Is Stidham the backup?
I don't think that all three quarterbacks are going to be on the 53-man roster when it's released on Sunday. I think Jarrett Stidham's kind of taken some hits. It hasn't been good for him ever since the AFC Championship game, where he was underwhelming, especially in the snow that somehow snuck up on the Broncos. No one checked the weather report. I'm still mad they didn't kick the field goal, but I digress.
You're digressing.
Yeah. So, I mean, and the last two games, I mean, he hasn't exactly covered himself in glory. I mean, the first game, he looked okay. Second game was not great against Green Bay. And then Ehlinger, like, he's a guy. He seems to be okay for a third stringer. Like, he meets those expectations, but is he going to do like unseat anybody or impress anybody or like even be an option if Bo Nix's ankle gives out again? Like, he is not a factor, if you ask me.
Yeah. Well, if you remember when the Broncos won their second of their back-to-back Super Bowls, Bobby Brister played 6-7 games that year when Elway was hurt, and when Manning was hurt, Brock came in and rocked out with his Brock out there a little bit, and help the Broncos stay in contention. Are either of these quarterbacks keeping Denver in contention if Bo misses 3 games, 4 games, 6 games?
If it's in the middle of the season, there's a good chance that maybe Stidham could. He could rise to the occasion. If it's in the playoffs, they're dead. They're dead in the water. And so let me ask you this. Would you trade Stidham for like a late round pick? Like if you could get like a 6th, I don't know if you, is it worth it for a 7th rounder? I don't know. Maybe you sweeten the pot with a little something, but.
Well, that depends on who you've signed to be your backup. Is it, I'll trade Stidham for a 6th round pick and we're rolling with Ellinger? I'm probably like, no, I wouldn't do that. Is it because we signed a Tyrod Taylor, the steady veteran backup type guy? Then I'm trading Stiddy 100%. I would, something like that. So it depends on what the big plan is. I'm just saying a year ago, we were all like, we got the best backup quarterback in the league. We are in shape. And now we're like, do we even have a good backup? And so things change, and it'll be interesting to see what happens, because if Stiddy and Ellinger both get waived and the Broncos sign quarterback X from the waiver wire, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not saying that's what I expect to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked, right? You wouldn't be shocked either if that happened, would you?
I would be surprised. I would, because I feel like you got to go with a guy who's been in your system, who understands things. Like you can't just roll out week 1 with some rando who is, like you said, a Tyrod Taylor.
Tyrod Taylor can hold the hell out of a clipboard, Jess. You take that back.
It's true. It's true, and it looks fantastic in a headset, just like you do, Mike.
Aw, sweetie.
There you go.
So other things to look for in this 3rd preseason game. Running backs, you probably know who our top 3 are. It just depends if a McLaughlin or Bidet sticks as a special team 4th running back. Inside linebacker depth is still important. Kareem Reed seems to have locked up that 3rd spot, but do they keep Murdoch or York on the active roster? They try to sneak him to the practice squad. All of the battles we're looking at are fringe, like who's going to be our 3rd safety, who's going to be our 4th linebacker. What anything you're watching for out of this one?
Well, I am interested in the running back battle. Like I like Tyler Bidet, not because he doesn't.
Don't.
I like that he pretends that his name isn't pronounced Bidit, or Beatty. Excuse me, Beatty.
Beatty.
It reads like Beatty's. It's Bidet.
Why would you choose Bidet? Why would you do
linguistic gymnastics to get from Beatty to Bidet? But I digress.
You're digressing.
I am. Jaleel McLaughlin, and you know this, Mike. We regularly fangirl Jaleel. He at times has looked like a better running back that hasn't gotten the opportunities he probably has earned, because he could rip off some pretty big runs, but for whatever reason, it was RJ Harvey for 3 yards here and there. But you give the ball to Jaleel and you get seemingly 7, 8, 9 yards, but then you never see him again. It's kind of like the Jamal Charles approach.
Because sometimes you never see the ball again when you give it to Jaleel, and I think fumbles has been his problem. And he's not going to be as good at picking up the blitz or as a receiver out of the backfield as RJ Harvey is. And I love Jaleel, but I believe Jaleel's time with the Broncos is over. I was kind of hoping to see Jolie, the tight end, step up and really kind of not establish himself this preseason, but show that, hey, I'm one who's going to contribute this year, and I'm definitely going to be the guy next year. And he's been kind of underwhelming, because my preseason surprise cut was going to be Evan Ingram, that he's not going to make the team. But no other tight end. Caleb Lanner has been injured, so nobody else has stepped up to make him expendable. So,
Is this?
Fourth period just started, Jess.
Oh, I thought I was in the middle of a hearing test from elementary school.
No, fourth period just
I
started.
raised my hand. I heard it, and
You
but
heard
then
it
it didn't stop. So
No, it just kept going. So
oh my God.
I'd like to see, like, if Caleb Loner, Bidet, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Does he play? Does he show something? Does Jolie show something? I don't think it's going to necessarily affect anything, but I mentioned that. I would like to see Onyedem, our third round pick, flash, show me a little bit of something. I heard he's had a good camp. He hasn't really stood out on the screen to me. But other than that, I gotta be honest, it's going to be a slog getting through 4 quarters of Friday night.
It's the last preseason game is just torture. It's like one step above the Pro Bowl when they used to do it. It's like
Right.
barely football.
But at least
But
you know
not
who those players were, like you could be like, oh, look, not Sean Taylor. He never sandbagged it. But you could be like, oh, look, it's Charles Woodson going through the motions. That's cool. As opposed to now, look, it's Jefferson the third going through the motions as our 8th string safety. It's not as exciting.
It is not. It is not. Caleb Loner, you brought him up. I just want to touch on him. You can't make the club in the tub.
Don't touch him.
I'm going to touch him. Hey, he's been in the tub this whole time, and that is not going to benefit him in the slightest. I think the dream is over for Caleb Loner.
Think so?
Oh yeah,
I think they try to get him on the practice squad, and I think everybody has a Caleb Loner, Bidet, if you will, on their roster. So I think he can sneak through to the practice squad.
You are not hiding your Caleb Loner boner very well, Mike.
Well, I'm just saying that he was a 7th round draft pick last year.
Thanks for getting the subscription.
And the Sean Payton made those comments about him in the minicamp, how he really flashed. I think Payton and Sean Payton, George Payton and Sean Payton really like him, and I think they're going to find a way to keep him around for another year. And if he gets healthy and you see him on the active roster in week 12, I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, and then that's also coming is the practice squad, and so there's all these dudes that are going to play that probably 8 of them playing on Friday will end up on the practice squad. They always pull in like 1 or 2 from other teams, and then there's always like the one guy who's mad that he didn't make the squad, and so he refuses to sign with the Broncos and then vanishes forever.
Who is that running back who went to like the Saints? Audric Estime. It was him.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah, don't miss him.
Hey, I did absolutely nothing for you, and you're not respecting me by putting me on the roster to do absolutely nothing again. And so he went and signed with us. He signed with the Saints. Whatever. Pursue your best opportunity. I get it. But I'm glad we don't have the days of scanning the waiver wire. Where's our order in the claim process here? It's so nice. One thing I'll be interested to see, everybody's favorite Bronco, Red Murdoch. Does he make the active roster? I'm going to say yes, he does. Tareen York.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Is
he this year's Joe Don Duncan?
No, because Joe Don Duncan never made a roster.
I'm just saying he could be.
Tareen York might be the Joe Don Duncan in that like training camp crush who never makes it out of training camp. But I think Murdoch makes it. I hope the York probably makes the practice squad. Reed has played really well. Singleton has not. I think Chernod is a serviceable linebacker, but he's not good enough to cover up for Singleton. Getting them, not a Singleton fan. But I think they're going to keep like York, Murdoch, and Reed around and hope that 1 or 2 of them really flash this year so that we don't have the Alex Singleton adventure going on defense every week.
Well, I don't know, man. I wish.
I'm saying Singleton's our guy this year, but for next year.
Okay, good. Well, because he met with the media this week, and I feel like you don't put a bubble player in front of the media like that. I mean, stranger things have happened, trade bait, etc., whatever. But I think he's back this year. But
he's definitely back and starting.
I am also ready for the Singleton experiment to kind of conclude. It
am.
hasn't been great. It didn't start off great either. Remember they
No.
released like a graphic to get Broncos Country all psyched, and everyone was like, Alex Singleton, lame. And he took a lot of heat on it.
Right. And I understand why they put him from the media. He seems like a really good dude. He's personable. He's got a big smile. He's good in front of a camera. So I get it from the PR point of view. But you like to go between Reed, Murdoch, York. One or two of those guys flashes and pans out as a linebacker of the future, even if that future isn't necessarily this year. So I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. Hopefully those guys start making a statement and tattooing a few guys on the Vikings. They can tattoo them with like JJ McCarthy sucks, for example. But you want somebody to flash there, and I'm really hoping one of the linebackers flashes.
Okay, I have one more question about a position group before we wrap it up, Mike. Wide receivers. Hakeem Butler, Ross, Little Jordan Humphrey, Troy Franklin. Like they're the bottom of the barrel, if you will, is quite populated. How do you think it shakes out?
Right now, you have to assume it's Troy Franklin. If you look at his numbers last year, they were pretty darn solid. He did much better with his drops, but he's clearly playing to be the fifth wide receiver. You got Waddle and Sutton, and then you got Mims and Pat Bryant, who has looked amazing and this preseason. So you got to figure they're playing for a fifth. And if I'm Troy Franklin, and like I'm good enough to be a second or a third wide receiver, and I don't want to be a fifth. And if they flipped him like they did Devon Vele, and did you hear that?
I have my hand raised.
Good. If they flip Troy Franklin for a 6th or 7th round pick where he gets to go to a better situation, I wouldn't be surprised, because I think the Ross and those guys could be our fifth wide receiver if we need. And if we need to get a fifth wide receiver, those guys are always out there. I'm not down on Franklin. I just think he's better than the fifth wide receiver, and that's probably who he is on this roster, barring injury. And so if you can get something for him, and from his point of view, put him in a situation where he's going to get more playing time, yeah, do that. It's a win-win. But if we keep him, I'd be delighted.
I mean, I also enjoy Troy Franklin. I am maddened to no end by the amount of drops that he has had over the last 2 years.
But he's improved.
Yeah, has he? Sure he has.
According to the stats, I didn't look up.
Yes,
because again, we're not a good podcast.
We're
going by gut.
Look, bang, bang, shooting from the hip. But I think teams will recognize that he was receiving the ball from Bo Nix, who he is exceptionally comfortable with, and he still kind of struggled. And so I think that is a knock against him regarding his trade value with other teams.
But national people will be like, he was playing with Bo Nix. Imagine if he was playing with a good quarterback instead.
Oh, well, yeah. But the media doesn't actually dictate the rosters and trades and things like that.
Whoa,
they just get a
slow down.
What? Hey, whoa.
Do you think Sean Payton makes a move without tweeting Adam Schefter first? Wake up, pal. Wake up.
Yeah, right. He's got Mike Kliss on speed dial. Mike, I've got some ideas. I just want to run them past you real quick.
Right. It's more likely, hey, Mike, we're doing this. Here's the spin we want you to use on it, and here's some prepackaged quotes. We took the liberty of writing the story for you. Can you just slap your name on it, tweet it out for us?
And if you don't, we'll give it to Nikki Jobvala.
Yes. Who is the Redskins writer for The Athletic, I believe.
Remember that? He accidentally tweeted out, like, don't give this to Nikki. Like,
right.
Oops, that was supposed to be a DM, bro. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good times. Good times. Hashtag 9nude.
9nude.
Well.
Oh, is it chicken pot pie time already?
Is it premature?
Michael had chicken pot pie for lunch.
Wait, I never finished your answer. Like, what do you think the fifth wide receiver shakes out? What do you think happens? Do you think Troy Franklin has had much trade value? I think if he does, you're looking at like a 6th, 7th round pick. If they could pull a fifth for him, that's another George Payton masterclass. But you're like, Is he more likely to be released than traded? Is that where you're at?
Oh, see, when you put it like that, Mike, I get a knot in my stomach. I don't think he's an outright release, but I also don't think he is a lock. Like, I don't think. I mean,
I think if they can't trade him, he's a lock. He's the most talented, as far as like pure talent. He's one of our 5 most talented receivers, considering all those other guys we have on the team. He's produced. He's on a rookie 4th-round draft pick contract. If you can trade him, you do it. Otherwise, what's the downside to keeping him?
well, okay, so then that means that Butler and Ross are probably practice squad guys, right?
Yeah,
Which
and
leaves,
those guys will, they'll make it to the practice squad. Everybody has a Butler and a Ross on their roster that they love. They'll definitely make it to the practice squad unless they see a path to more playing time somewhere else. Then they'll take that.
So that leaves our man, Little Jordan. He's the outright release then.
He's Jordan. Little Jordan is the prototypical veteran wide receiver you can pick up in week 10 if you need him.
Just because we did that last year, is that why you're saying that?
But there's a lot of Little Jordan Humphrey type veteran receivers out there that you can pick up. He's had some big moments. He had that good touchdown against the Bills in the playoffs. I love me some Little Jordan, not as much as Mile High Reports Christopher Ross loves him, but I do love him. But he's a guy, and you could probably sign him back whenever you need to. So yeah, I think Little Jordan he's gone. I think you want to get Butler and Ross on the practice squad. I think Franklin makes it unless they trade him. That's how I see it.
No, Kitty, this is my podcast.
All right. The pot pie is calling, and yet we have not done a game prediction yet for this season because it's been a while. I was traveling, and you were busy with all that school stuff.
Sorry, are you trying to get me to predict Friday's game against the freaking? No, the prediction.
Our scrubs versus their scrubs. Let's go. What do you think?
Their scrubs are going to win 24-14 because why the frick not?
There you go. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 42-9.
In whose favor?
Well, you'll have to tune in to find out. No, I think it's the Broncos. I think the
that's what I
Broncos
said. Come
win.
on.
I think it was embarrassing losing like they did to the Packers, even though it didn't matter. It's still, like Sean Payton said, if they're gonna keep score, you might as well win. Well, they didn't. So
I agree, but I don't care. Like, quick, what was the score of the Packers Broncos game? Tell me.
It was
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
40-something, 30-something to 10, 12, 14, 15.
I don't. I have literally no idea. Who cares? What I want to know is next week, I want to revisit your season predictions, and has it changed since we did it back after the draft?
Ooh, I like that. I like the tease to get people to listen to for next week.
Listen. Yes. And tune in because we won't be prepared to do it.
We might forget.
No, we're going to prepare so hard, man. I'm taking 2 personal days this week just to prepare.
Just for that. Yeah. Well, so on Monday or Tuesday, depending on when we can get the schedules to work out, we will do a 53-man roster review and look at the practice squad. So that's coming. Get excited. But for now, it's time for you to go and like and subscribe wherever you get this podcast. Be sure to follow Mike and me over on Twitter. I am at Jezru. He is at Mike DeSico. Common spelling. And, come visit with us over at milehighreport.com. There's going to be an app, I guess, over at Mile High Report. Yeah, like they tried it 10 years ago and it was not good. But they are doing it now and it's awesome, apparently. I haven't seen it, but it's going to be a thing. So
wait, you're telling me I can have a dedicated app on my phone to get everything Scotty Payne writes?
That's right.
Hell yeah.
100%. Let's go.
I want that.
Let's go.
That boy knows what he's doing. I need it at my fingertips.
There you go. Don't touch him. Okay. Well, thanks for listening, everybody. For Mike, this is Jess, and enjoy the chicken pot pie.
Chicken pot pie.
That's a tidy 33 minutes right there.